Once upon a time, I had this wild camping trip that I can't shake from my memory. Imagine this: the woods, the quiet, the peace, all shattered by this crazy sound of footsteps crunching leaves near my tent. It was like lightning-fast feet, faster than a champion sprinter, zooming past in the dead of night. Creepy, right? The first time it happened, I was on high alert, grabbed my trusty gun, and went on a full-on search. But guess what? Not a single trace of anything. I thought, okay, maybe it's my mind playing tricks. So I settled back into my sleeping bag, trying to shake it off. But then, bam! 5 minutes later, the same thing happened again. And 10 minutes after that, another dash past my tent. After that, total silence until sunrise. Now, I'm a bit of a loner, love my peace and quiet, especially out in the wilderness. Camping's my jam, been on heaps of trips, mostly flying solo. People? Nah, not my thing. So, after a long stretch away, I figured it was time for another camping adventure. I found this spot, had rave reviews online, perfect for solo campers like me. Packed my gear, including my safety Beretta 92, and hit the road. Got to the reception office, and man, that place gave me the shivers. Not because I was alone, it was like this weird vibe sucking all the energy out of the air. Sounds nutty, but that's how it felt. An old guy in a blue cardigan showed up to help. Looked like he was pushing 90, but boy was he spry. Started yammering about the place's history, but my mind was set on hitting the trails. I rushed him a bit, got some keys, and off I went. Supposed to be a 2-mile hike, right? Took me ages to reach those towering trees. Map must have been way off. Reached this gate at sunset, ready to set up camp. But surprise, surprise, the key didn't fit. Odd, but I was starving, so I jumped the gate. Not my finest hour, I know, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Found a spot, set up camp, and just as I was prepping dinner, exhaustion hit me like a ton of bricks. Closed my eyes for a sec, and poof, out like a light. Then, that sound again. Footsteps racing past. 2 legs, mind you, not some critter. I searched, nada. Back in my tent, same thing twice more. No sleep that night, just theories buzzing in my head. Next day, more weirdness. Found a fire I didn't remember making. Strange feeling in the air too. Packed up, ready to bail after just one night. But as I left, I got drowsy, weirdest feeling ever. Packed quick, pistol ready, and headed out. But here's the kicker. I kept going in circles, passing the same trees over and over. Felt like hours stuck in this loop. Exhausted, collapsed in leaves, and surprised, the runner's back. No tent this time. Fumbled for my gun, flashlight in hand, on edge. Shots fired, shadows darting, but nothing. Panic set in, felt like death was lurking. I bolted, heard another set of feet behind me. Made it to that locked gate somehow, pushed through and made a beeline back to civilization. I wish I had some big revelation or life lesson from this, but it's still a big mystery. Feels like I stepped into some other dimension, but if I tell anyone, they'll think I'm nuts. Weirdly enough, this trip made me feel more alive than ever. Got my bag packed, thinking of heading back. Even if the site's gone, I remember the way to that reception office. One thing's for sure, this time I'll listen closer to that old guy. Who knows what's in store?